how easy he beat the champion. I'm surprised also, honestly. And Khamzat is really good, good skills and wrestling.
Islam Makhachev has never been a man who shies away from honesty, and as the showdown with Jack Della Maddalena inches closer, he's giving fans a rare look into the mindset of a champion preparing for one of the most complex challenges of his career. He didn't sugarcoat anything. He admitted openly that this fight pushes him into unfamiliar territory, not because he doubts his skills, but because he respects what Jack brings to the cage. Islam made it clear that if his signature wrestling doesn't secure control early, he's fully ready to meet Jack in the center and trade. He described Jack as a big, dangerous, and well-rounded opponent, someone whose grappling is far better than people assume. Islam acknowledged that yes, Jack's wrestling defense may not be elite, but his ability to scramble, stay calm in bad spots, and work through pressure is something that cannot be taken lightly. This, he emphasized, is not a man you sleep on. He also hinted at what could lie beyond this enormous test. If all goes well, and he leaves with the welterweight belt, the next name on his radar is Kamaru Usman. From Islam's perspective, Usman still holds a place in history as one of the greatest welterweights ever, and a fight with him carries legacy value. It's not just about belts. It's about testing himself against the best of multiple eras. And then, almost casually, he confirmed something that sent shockwaves through the fanbase. The Ilia Topuria fight is extremely likely for next year. Islam said he's just as excited for that matchup as the fans are, but what surprised everyone is that both fighters insist the match must take place at welterweight. Two champions, two divisions colliding for a fight fans have been dreaming about. But before those blockbuster fights can materialize...
He's a hard worker. With this one, I think, with Jack Della, I love his style, I love him, I like his personality.
Islam addressed another situation that fans couldn't stop talking about: the Khamzat fight with Dricus du Plessis and the controversial eye poke involving Tom Aspinall. Islam admitted he was stunned by how easily du Plessis was handled and gave Khamzat his full respect. He spoke about how dominant elite wrestlers are in this sport, making the point that when someone with that kind of base enters the cage, their opponents often spend months doing nothing but drilling defensive wrestling. He reminded everyone that trying to learn wrestling at 25 or 26 is almost impossible when facing someone who's been doing it since childhood. Then he shared a personal moment, recalling the one time in his life he suffered an eye poke so severe he couldn't even open his other eye because the pain traveled through both. It was a reminder that at this level, accidents can change everything, and no fighter is invincible to the brutal reality of the sport. On the other side of the division, Kamaru Usman wasted no time responding to Islam's call-out. In a fresh interview, the former welterweight king broke down the upcoming Islam vs. Jack showdown with remarkable clarity. He described it as razor close, but ultimately acknowledged that if anyone can expose Jack's weaknesses, it's Islam. Usman shut down the narrative that Islam can only win through takedowns, pointing out the power in his hands and referencing his knockout of Alexander Volkanovski, one of the most technical strikers in the sport. He mentioned the knockdown of Charles Oliveira and explained that Islam's striking is far more dangerous than people admit. To Usman, Islam is not just a grappling specialist. He's a complete fighter who can excel anywhere. Usman also made it clear that he believes he deserves the next title shot. His recent win over Joaquin Buckley snapped an impressive streak and proved that he's far from done. Buckley had vowed to finish him, and had he succeeded, the title picture might look very different right now.
I would love for him to win that bout, but unfortunately, I cannot go against Makhachev in this one.
But Usman's victory placed him right back into contention. While some fans argue he hasn't done enough recently to earn the next shot, his longevity, title defenses, and status as one of the division's greatest champions speak for themselves. Still, he admitted that if Ilia Topuria leaps ahead and gets the fight with Islam, he won't complain. But he believes strongly that he's still the rightful next man in line. Meanwhile, in Russia, a massive revelation shook the MMA world. Muhammad Burkamov, Islam's training partner and current PFL welterweight, disclosed new details about Islam's transformation into a true welterweight force. According to Burkamov, Islam has changed everything about his training approach. Instead of focusing on lightweight-sized fighters, he's now sparring with bigger, stronger opponents regularly. He's reshaping his entire system to fit the welterweight frame, and the results have been staggering. Burkamov described Islam's grappling as reaching a new level entirely, with top pressure so overwhelming that even middleweights struggle to move beneath him. Body shots that would cripple most fighters barely register. Burkamov painted a picture of a man who seems to be physically evolving into something beyond what fans saw at lightweight. It was an eye-opening description, one that left Russian media buzzing. And then came the voice that many weren't expecting to hear again so soon: Dricus du Plessis. After being dismantled by Khamzat, he stepped back into the media to give his take on Islam versus Jack. Despite the one-sided loss he suffered months ago, his analysis was sharp. He explained why he believes Islam has the edge, citing his experience, his precision, and the elite level of opponents he has beaten throughout his career. Du Plessis expressed admiration for Jack's style and personality, but he couldn't bring himself to bet against Makhachev. He emphasized that Islam wouldn't lose anything moving up a weight class and might even look better, stronger, and more comfortable at 170. As for Du Plessis himself, the future is uncertain but clear. He's expected to face Brendan Allen or Caio Baralho in 2026, and unless he strings together a series of huge wins, a rematch with Chimaev is almost impossible. The loss he suffered wasn't just a setback. It was a reminder of the ruthlessly high level required to stay at the top. Now he must rebuild, refine, and remind the division of what he's capable of. As all of these voices collide, one truth becomes undeniable. The welterweight division is entering a new era. Islam Makhachev is stepping into deeper waters. Jack Della Maddalena is preparing for war. Kamaru Usman is circling for another shot at glory. Ilia Topuria is lurking with championship intentions, and Khamzat continues to sharpen his blade in the shadows. Every storyline is converging into a title picture that feels explosive, unpredictable, and filled with possibilities. Now the question turns to you. Who do you believe walks out of the cage with the welterweight belt? Does Islam cement his legacy across multiple divisions, or does Jack deliver the performance of a lifetime? Can Usman reclaim the throne? And will Ilia Topuria truly make the jump to face Islam at 170? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this detailed breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest deep dive MMA stories and fight analyses. Your support keeps this channel growing, and there's plenty more coming your way.